Hey there, and howdy to all y'all good people out there in football land. This here is your old cousin Scotty with another bag of pigskin picks. This week's group is delicious. I think you'll enjoy. Miss Val's got us decorated up for the fall season. All we need now is some football and friends. We'll be ready to go Saturday. Last week, Georgia was far from impressive, and Kirby Smart got really animated about that in his interview. The only good news for the Dogs was they got a solid win, and the defense did manage to keep the league's most prolific passer from throwing a single touchdown pass against them. Pruitt blew it, y'all. Quartet Sapp would not go into the game when they told him to. They asked him to leave the field and he wouldn't do it. He had to be escorted off. Suffered no repercussions. Pruitt told him Sunday that was water under the bridge, we'll just move on. Well, I tell you what, if you did that on a Saban team, a Smart team, or a Meyer team, the following morning you would no longer have a scholarship or the ability to play football at any one of them three schools. Pruitt, you're setting a bad example. You cannot let the team dictate the rules and let bad behavior go unpunished. Get a hold of them, or you will have a short-term job right here in Knoxville, Tennessee. Well, that's been all bad news. Let's talk about something happy, something good. What come of last week? How about them Kentucky Wildcats? They are 4-0. Can you believe this? Have they ever done it before? I asked that little old thing, that puck-looking thing in the house, Alexa or whatever her name is. I said, has this ever been done before? She told me to consult my 8-ball. Consulted the 8-ball and it said probably not. So, can they beat Carolina and get to 5-0? Will the Cats be bowl eligible in October? Will the Joker and the Riddler gang up on Batman? Y'all come back next week, same bat time, same bat... Oh, sorry, wrong show. Let's move on. Here we go. How about South Carolina versus Kentucky? Good old Will Muschamp and his muddied up Yardbirds will head into Lexington on Saturday evening about 7:30, hoping that the Cats done had their dinner and got a full belly. Be too full to barbecue some chicken maybe. And that old ugly fence foul, I'll tell you what, it would be tasting right good with some barbecue sauce on them, you know, flip them on the grill 2 or 3 times. How about deep frying some of them wings? Everybody loves hot wings. Well, y'all remember now, the Colonel was from Kentucky, and I believe that son of a gun done give old Stoops his 11 herbs and spices to get ready for what's going to come after the game Saturday evening. Can the Gamecocks spur up and injure them Cats? Yeah, I think so. Y'all going to see some cat blood all over that Kroger field. When the Cats are done, though, I think there's going to be feathers, fur, flying, blood on the field. What's going to make the difference? Benny Snell Jr. He will be the deciding factor in this particular contest. If the funky chicken can trip him up and show him he can't run all over them, it's going to be a bad day and the Cats will be done. But if Benny puts on the Jets and has another Heisman-type performance like he did last Saturday, it's going to be fried chicken buckets for everybody post-game. Cousin Scotty's pick, Kentucky. Ohio State versus Penn State. It's going to be a whiteout in Happy Valley on Saturday night. And James Franklin's going to host Urban Meyer and hope to derail the Buckeyes' run into the playoffs. A win will totally flip the picture, and the fictional feline is heading toward a playoff run of its own. And let OSU go home and watch it all from the TV set. Penn State looks great on both sides of the ball, which they have not done in previous years. But I tell you what, the Buckeyes are not going to roll over and play dead. Urban can't let his comeback get stalled in Pennsylvania, so he will be preparing the Columbus Crew for battle like their life depends on it. In the end, we're going to see some rock'em sock'em robot football. When the smoke clears and the white is all gone, I believe Cousin Scotty's pick in this one, in a close one. Penn State. Tennessee versus Georgia. A Saturday afternoon in Athens, Georgia is always a good time. But you add 96,000 of your closest friends, get in some hedges, and it's a great day to be a Georgia Bulldog. UT is looking to gain some respect and avenge last year's 41-0 debacle in Knoxville. But let's face it, let's make it short and sweet. After what the swamp critter went and did in Knoxville last week, playing down here in Athens ain't going to make the Vols' self-esteem any better whatsoever. I do believe the Vols will score this year. I don't think Georgia will hang another goose egg on them. My cousin Scotty's pick in a wide open contest. Georgia. Furman versus Western Carolina. All the King's good men will head out of northern South Carolina and shoot up into western North Carolina into the mountains on Saturday for a catamount hunting trip. Unfortunately for the Purple Paladins, that is a bad trip to make, up and down and round and round. At the end of this trip, you'll find yourself dizzier than a freshman on Friday of rush week. They should have left on Thursday to avoid the vertigo. The mountain cats will be lying in wait, ready to pounce on that royal guard and claw until the cows come home. Cousin Scotty's pick in a squeaker. Western Carolina. Let's go out west for a little bit. How about BYU versus Washington? Kalani Sitake will take his well-trained Cougars on a road trip to Chris Peterson's Husky House of Pain. The Pups are doing well this year, and late Saturday evening brawl on Alaska Airlines Field will prove to be the best thing we see on the West Coast all weekend. The cat dog fight will take all night, and the fur will fly in both directions. Both of these teams suffered an early season loss, but it might not have disqualified them from some postseason play. Y'all can flip a coin on this one 10 or 12 times and still come up with a wrong answer. I'm going to go out on a limb and make my pick anyway. Cousin Scotty's pick, after flipping that coin about 17 times, Washington. Alabama versus, forget it, Alabama wins. And finally, Arkansas versus Texas A&M. The Razorbacks will invade Kyle Field and try to root out a second win on the season. This will not prove easy, as Chad Morris has hoped. Coming from SMU does not automatically qualify you and prepare you for the pressure cooker of the Southeastern Conference. I'll bet Chad wishes that he was back at Clemson or Tulsa or anywhere that his name was not on the head coach's door. Flip over to the home of the 12th man. The new kid on the block, Jimbo Fisher, is getting comfy as the farmer in the Dale, and his Aggies love his system. 11 hogs against 11 Texas farm boys plus an extra man don't make for a real fair deal. Well, life ain't fair, and by the end of the day, Chad may need to update his resume. Cousin Scotty's pick in a lopsided blowout, Texas A&M. Well, that's all for me this week, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you had a good time. I hope some of my family and friends that tore me apart over not giving Kentucky a nod last week will get off my back. Now, for the legal part, don't bet on football. If you do, it ain't my fault if you lose. It ain't my fault if you win. That's all on you. I ain't responsible. Don't put that on me. Y'all have a great Saturday of football. Enjoy your weekend. Hug your family. Love on your kids. God bless y'all. Have a fantastic weekend. I'm out.